this is not just a couple of students sitting at home in our room writing a report. We have put together the visions that have happened for the Gill Tract over the past 20 years, including the Bockwell report from 1997. You guys are going to be able to hear some of that history outside while we're inside. And I just wanted to say that we are in there as students. They've agreed to only meet with students, but we recognize that this is not just a student concern. This is a fight that the community has been carrying for almost 2 decades. And if you include the history of the struggle to maintain the Biological Control Research Station, this is a struggle that has been going on for over 50 years. So I just want to say a couple of words about we are Students for Engaged and Active Learning. And the idea is that we don't just want to be sitting, reading, passively regurgitating our textbooks. We actually want to be taking what we learn and applying it to how we change the world. Here at Berkeley, we have access to some of the brightest minds in the country, teaching us things ranging from local economies to the importance of urban agriculture for fighting climate change, and then we write papers about it. What we're here to say is that we know that what we are learning in school is exactly what the community has been asking for on this land for 20 years. So a lot of students went to the March Albany City Council meeting. This was the last City Council meeting hearing the last appeal on the Gill Tract development proposal from Capital Projects. And at that meeting, there were over 20 students speaking on behalf of our vision for a center that would be providing participatory research and hands-on engaged learning in urban agriculture and food justice. And the City Council denied the last appeal. But what they told us in their comments was that their hands were tied. The City Council could only be looking at the validity of the legal arguments for or against the development that was given to them by the regents, our university. So Albany City Council turned it back on us and said, you're talking to the wrong people. You should be talking to your university. And so that's when we were founded. Students for Engaged and Active Learning picked up the fight there. And we've gone to a number of different Regents meetings. And I want to turn the mic over to Dia, who's going to talk about a couple of the ones that we've been to.
It's really beautiful to see you all. So we went to the last 2 Regents meetings. The first one was in July. And this was shortly after President Napolitano had announced the Global Food Initiative. Now, this could be really, really, really great. It could shift how this university impacts the rest of the nation, the rest of the world. But nothing was happening with it until we told the regents that a global food initiative starts at home. How are we going to teach other people outside of Berkeley, outside of the United States, how to sustain themselves if we are not even doing it on the last historic farmland we have left in this area? So that was awesome. The next Regents meeting was in September, where we showed up in support of Fossil Free and their incredible fossil fuel divestment campaign. Fossil Free? Yeah, they're good. So the university chose not to divest from fossil fuels. This was, This was following a decision made in July to increase the pay of 21 UC executives. Whose university?
Our university! The Freedom of Speech movement, a group of 15 or 16 students staged a sit-in in the Capitol Projects building. And it was through this sitting that we were able to achieve some of demands, including a meeting with the Chancellor. This meeting is happening in a few minutes. It's right now, and it's thanks to that sit-in. So yeah, the fact that we had to engage in acts of civil disobedience to even get a meeting with our chancellor kind of says a lot about the university's willing to listen to us.
Oh yeah.
But regardless, we are here today, and this is really an exciting opportunity to tell our chancellor and show him years of visions and years of planning that we've put together. We really hope to represent you well, and thank you again for being here.
Thank you all for being here. We're going to head inside before we're late to our meeting. I just want to say, we've done our homework, we've read our textbooks, and we are ready to get engaged and get active. So thank you.
Who's farm? Who's farm?
Thank you. Thank you all for taking this time to be here, to sit together like this, to talk about beautiful things. It was really, really, really encouraging and beautiful to hear your cheers outside when we were at that weird table. So I want to express my deep, deep, deep gratitude for that and for the beautiful support that y'all have shown us today. Thank you.
Hi everyone, just want to say that we were able to present a proposal and they respected the meeting. They respected the meeting, we were gratitude that they respected the meeting, but man, that meeting was tough and it was so great to help all your support out there. It really helped us push through. And yeah, we're just really, really glad to see what comes from this and really happy with the presentation, really happy.
Hi everyone. I'm here to kind of portray what the Chancellor communicated with us, and that is that the Chancellor communicated to us that we share a lot of the same aspirations and goals, which was comforting to hear. However, we disagree in the vessel that the Gill Tract takes shape of in terms of how these goals and aspirations are carried out, and there is a very serious disagreement there.
The Chancellor agreed to review our report. He's going to take it home. We asked that he respond to us by the last day of classes. And he also, in addition to agreeing to review the report, said he was going to go back and look at the community process that has already been done and investigate how that aligns with our report and what he already knows.
All right, so as you can tell, they respectfully listened and then respectfully disagreed. At least they were very honest with us. Chancellor Dirks was very honest in saying that he does not see his mind being changed, but he is willing to look at our report. He agrees with a lot of the values that we have, and he says he wants to see how we can move forward together. And I think that we have some ideas about how we can move forward together, and I think it's in our interest to continue pushing those, because this is the only way that they actually listen, is when we demand again and again and again, as this community has for 20 years. So I just want to say this as in, yes, he's going to be responding. We've asked him to respond by the last day of classes, but it does not end there. So this moment right now, this moment is a call to action. I say that this fight does not end now, and it takes all of us together. All the community that you've built over the past 2 hours, thank you so much. I'm just echoing what they've said before, but it was sitting in front of a brick wall was a lot easier when there were people cheering you on. I want to say that next week, the regents are meeting.
Who's gonna be there?
Who's gonna be there? Who's regents?
Our region!
Not really, they're not democratically elected. But they're going to be talking about fee hikes. And now this is incredibly important. And Students for Engaged and Active Learning, we're going to be there talking about the Global Food Initiative, bringing back the argument that a Global Food Initiative starts at home. We can't be talking about feeding the world when we're paving over farmland. And we definitely can't be selling off the farm at the same time that they're raising tuition on students across the state of California. So, first step of the call to action is to please come out and support us. Awesome, and I'm sure you guys have already been talking about that. And get involved, stay plugged in, stay tuned. This fight is not going anywhere. Thank you guys.